I deal with my opponents a little bit like I handle my love life. I make sure I leave a lasting impression. I don't care what kind of shape you're in, I'm gonna knock your teeth back out the other side of your head. You understand that? Learn to love it because it's the best thing going today. Let's go, Buffalo.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Next to me is my main man, Mikey. And below is my buddy, Matt from Bills News Consolidated. He's our special guest for tonight. Guys, this team makes me want to drink and drink and drink some more. And Mikey don't even drink, and I'm sure he agrees with me on that. Mikey, let me just go with you first, because normally I rant, but I'll be here all for an hour ranting. So, Mikey, your thoughts. Go ahead, rant.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put myself on mute so I can curse out everybody.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Do your curse. All right, there we go. Okay, I like it.
Okay, I think I got that out of me now. Where to start? Let's start with some positives. You know, we come on here and we've been told we are negative after wins at times. So let's talk about some positives, Tommy. Our defense balled out. Our 100%. Defense won us this game.
100%.
Now, it got a little leaky in the fourth quarter, but that's bound to happen. And our two kids who we've been begging to step up at corner made two fantastic plays at the end of the game to shut it down. Now, let's talk about the bad. What the fuck is Dorsey doing? And I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'll let you and Matt go because I am beyond pissed.
All right. So first of all, y'all know how I feel about Dorsey for the longest time. I had his back for the longest. I actually wanted him to become OC when he was when Dable was still OC here, and I was excited when he took over. I thought he was going to put a new wrinkle to the offense and get this offense on track as far as running and just being different and, setting up different design play, and none of that has come true. The only thing that he's done that I could even say that I like is he's having Josh Allen run less. Other than that, it's your most basic offense with zero identity. Every offensive drive is a struggle. Nothing comes easy for this offense, and it's mind-boggling. We have 3rd and inches, and we are in fucking shotgun draw. Why? You have a 6'5" quarterback. You know he can pick it up easily on a quarterback sneak, and you get him in shotgun. I don't know anymore. You have runs like Latavius Murray was running his ass off tonight right away. No problem. And he goes away from it. And same with Cook. 100%. Goes away from it. Under center, very rarely does he do it. When he does, it's great. When he doesn't, it's poor run execution. Just no design. By the way, too, I got to say, other than Dorsey, too, Dawson Knox. I'm really disappointed in Dawson Knox play.
Tyler Bass.
It wasn't the greatest pass, but it was catchable. Very catchable. Tyler Bass tonight, unacceptable. But I'll give him more of the benefit of the doubt than Dawson Knox, because Dawson Knox is the same old story and we paid him buku bucks. And listen, Bass just had an off night, so I'm not going to kill Bass tonight. But he almost cost us the game. Okay. And two of them. So go ahead.
I want to hit this real quick before Matt goes. Where he comes in and says, is it Dorsey or is it Allen in love with Diggs? No. Did you watch the game? We threw it to freaking everybody else, and they either dropped it or fumbled it. Diggs is our only reliable option right now. That and our running backs.
Totally.
I mean, what do you expect Allen to do? Keep going in there, and then they say, "Well, gotta get Diggs involved," and it's a catch-22. Diggs is the guy who catches the ball, so that's the guy he throws it to.
Yeah, my problem, Ken Dorsey. You got to focus on putting our players in the best position to succeed. Tommy nailed it. right? You're third and goal and you're in shotgun RPO. I mean, what are you doing there? I mean, what is the thought process behind that? We go all the way through the first half, force feeding Stephon Diggs. They had 2-man coverage on Stephon Diggs during this game, right? I mean, you look at the targets, 16 targets for Stephon Diggs, 10 receptions for 100 yards. I mean, it's just, I couldn't vibe with it. You go through halftime not running the football, although James Cook was cooking. He was averaging 7 yards a carry, doing some big time things, and he didn't do what our players did best. It was driving me crazy. Yeah, we get into halftime and we make some adjustments and we started making some moves offensively. But again, I totally agree. Ken Dorsey, this game, the defense won us this game. You know, I do, like Mikey said, you want to talk about the positives. The positives really rest on this defense, an elite pass rush. I mean, still getting home. Leonard Floyd, Greg Rousseau, we're still getting there. But guys, this offense, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. What are we going to do? We have Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. We should have killed the Giants tonight. We should have put up 40 points on the Giants tonight. We put up 14 points. 14 points.
Barely. And that was, by the way, the 14 was a mission. One of them, that last drive was just all Josh Allen. It had nothing to do with a great call by Ken Dorsey. That the only good call tonight from Ken Dorsey, honestly, was that one to Hardy. I thought that was well designed. There was a little creativity to it. It was clean, perfect. Like, that's how you. But no. I mean, once again, he failed. We get down there, and it's all on Allen to make an unbelievable play. Shout out to Quentin Morris as well. Because, man, if that was Dawson Knox, I hate to say it, probably drops it.
And he's spreading the ball around, too.
I hate to say it.
You got to spread the ball around. Like, yeah, I think that is one thing he's tried to do this season was kind of spread the ball around. Even in the first half, you got like 6, 7, 8 guys with all targets. This game, at the half, we had 3 people with targets. Only 3 people. We weren't spreading the ball around. And it was just a bad game plan. And I know Don Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator, kind of working with Brian Dable, the intel that Brian Dable had with Josh Allen.
I'm sure that came
and all that. I'm sure they were staying up late at night, dialing up things, putting Josh Allen in situations he doesn't necessarily prefer and stuff, and the blitz and all that. It's just tough. It was tough. Ken Dorsey should have done a lot more. For us.
Oh yeah, in-game adjustments were terrible. By the way, there was Allen did make some mistakes as well. Spins talk. I don't know if you're talking about the one, but there was, I believe it was a third down. Man, Cook was wide open. Why? He was sitting
on the
right
check
there,
down.
man.
Yeah, on the check down,
On the
and then
check
when
down.
he scrambled, he went up the middle. But it was a high low. Yeah. Again, you don't know where Cook is in that check down. It's easy for us to sit on the sideline, sit and watch the game, saying, "Oh my God, look, he's wide open." It's different for Josh Allen running around with him trying to take his head off.
But I thought he was open before he even. I thought he was open before he started.
He was
panicking, took off.
No, he was. But it's a high to low.
I know. I
progression
get it, but sometimes I think you need to take that first check if it's there because that was I didn't see anyone by Cook. Cook could have got an extra 10 yards on that. Sometimes Allen has to go with the easier reads. I get what you're saying, but man, it's like that one was on Allen for sure. But overall, man,
they were getting pressure. The pressure on Allen too, and a good way to
they were definitely getting pressure. And I will say this too about the Giants tonight: a lot of holding that wasn't called. I'm not totally complaining, but they were getting away with a lot of holds, especially early on. Oh my God,
yes.
And I kind of felt like that was their game. I'll be honest. I feel like they did that, and it's just to see if they can kind of get away with being a little bit more physical on some of their holds, and they were. And that's it is what it is. But referees, we are not going to blame referees because I'm sure we got away with some stuff as well. The Allen. I didn't think that was. I thought that was a bad call on Allen for roughing the passer. I didn't think that was roughing the passer. So it goes both ways, I guess. But they definitely were holding.
For sure.
They were.
Oh yeah, prayers to Damian Harris, real quick. 100%, Megan. I apologize for that. We should have said that first. He is moving, by the way. Everything it was something with his neck, but he's moving his arms and his legs, so that's a good sign. Obviously they'll keep us updated with him, but that's at least good to know. What am I missing in the chat, Mikey? Go ahead and get it.
It's all over the place in the chat right now.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. We're trying to get your chat.
It's funny to talk about being too dig-centric and not getting the ball around, and the two TDs were to Hardy and Quentin Morris.
Yeah, but teams are going to double. I mean, that's normal, but you brought in all these weapons, right, in the offseason for Ken Dorsey to work with. Like, I understand last year, and that's why I was kind of like on the fence with Dorsey, and I was backing him and saying, hey, offensive line was poor. We didn't really have much help for Allen. But, man, it's like we brought in help now. There's enough help for Allen, and we're just not using these guys' strengths. Not at all. Like, I don't get it. You got Hardy, who's a speedster, and you're just not – You're not using him to. You're not doing any jet sweeps. Nothing we did with McKenzie. And by the way, Hardy is a much better player than McKenzie, and we're not using it. Like we use. You know what I'm saying, Michael? Like we used it for McKenzie, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the best out of McKenzie when he was in Buffalo. He ain't gonna get that again. And it seems like Dorsey just doesn't know what to do with a guy just like McKenzie, who's even probably better. I don't get it, man. I really don't. Same with Trent Sherfield. He's an absolute zero in the offense. Nothing.
This one's good. And how many plays? I don't know. I'd have to look at the stats. But Morris has better hands than Knox. I don't disagree with that. Morris was also a wide receiver coming out of college and converted.
True.
But God, I mean, don't get me wrong. Josh threw that one low.
Yeah.
He short-armed it, but it hit him in the hands, and then he rolled it into his chest.
Right, Jesus. And rolled on. He had it going to the ground. You just got to hold it. Game over.
Tommy, can you pull up the stats real quick?
Yeah, I got you guys.
They want to know what the
Yep. Go ahead. All right. Let me zoom on.
Go down.
Yep. Where do you want me to go?
Targets. So it's the targets.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So Knox had 6, Gabe had 4. So there's 29, and over half of them went to Diggs, and he was 10 for 100.
Yeah, that's.
And
you're not going to win like that.
No, and he didn't put the ball on the ground, and he caught most of them for first downs. He didn't drop them, other than that first one. The first one looked like it got on him quick, and he just didn't see it.
Yeah, that was weird.
It looks like he was trying to defend his face, even though he had a helmet on.
Yeah, but Stephon Diggs is Stephon.
Like I loved when they schemed the one up for Shakir. That was great. Where's those type of easy throw scheme ups?
And we did the one where Diggs was also in the backfield, and he caught. I believe that was a first down as well. Yeah. Him coming out of the backfield, that was a good design. But I mean, look at these receptions and targets. So Gabe Davis obviously had the fumble. That was man. I love the hustle, but dude, you got to hold on to the ball. That you can't do that. Dawson Knox, I don't know what to say, man, about him anymore. We're paying him top 10 money. He's like, I think he was 32nd tight end in the league. He's playing terrible. Quentin Morris had the one target, thank God. Khalil Shakir, another guy I thought would get more involved in the offense. Not really. And Deontay Hardy. And
you know who you don't even see on there? Sherfield.
Trent Sherfield. I know. Absolutely nothing. It's a shame, man. It really is.
Like, here's the
thing. By
the
way, where's our running backs there? Did they have any targets?
No, that's just it too. In the first half, all the pressure they were giving us. What a perfect, play, like a screen pass to a running back, to dump it in the flat to a running back. And we didn't do any of it. I know
it's not even in our playbook, Matt.
They all came in the second half. Ken Dorsey, it was like he was still jet lag in the first half of this game. It's like, wake up. All these creative plays, you were in the second half. They were not in the first half. So I don't know. And even like you said too, that Gabe Davis, I think we were trying to impress Brian Dable, maybe trying to do a little bit too much. You can't do too much. And that turnover was huge. It swung the momentum, took the crowd out of the game.
100%.
Just crazy.
Early on.
But it's not just impressing Dable. This is the way our team has been playing. Outside of that, take that Miami game away where we just ran up and down the field on them. The Washington game, we blew them out, but we blew them out in the fourth quarter, late. And because our defense played so well.
Turnover.
I mean, all the other stuff hasn't been easy. Nothing about our offense tells me that we are a good offense. And it goes back to our scheme. What's our identity? You get us under center, we go right down the field and score. But freaking Dorsey wants to go in shotgun all the time.
Yeah, Josh
And
Allen frazzled, man. His eyes were wide open today. He took one of the biggest shots I've ever seen him take today.
Yeah,
too.
he might have
landed on his head.
He might have been a little out of
Out
it,
of it, right?
just, yeah, and just
Well, the play before that,
come back.
he got hit and hurt his shoulder. Did you see him grab his shoulder?
That. He got up. It was his left shoulder, I believe.
No, it was his right.
It
was his right. He grabbed his right and then he stretched it out.
All right. Well, he was all right. I mean,
he was taking some big hits tonight. The offensive line did not do its job.
No, they didn't. But I thought they did good run blocking today, which is usually the opposite. Usually they're better pass blocking than run blocking. And once again, we talked about this, because going into that game, it was supposed to rain. It really didn't rain until I think third quarter, kind of started drizzling, but nothing crazy. But you would think that we were going to pound the ball, run the rock a little bit in that game. And we just when we did it, it worked, and then we went right away from it. It's like it's so odd with Dorsey. It's like, and Dable did the same thing, by the way. I gotta say too, when they have something working, for some odd reason, they totally go away from it. It's like they don't. It's like, oh, it's going good. Okay, well let's just go now to this. Now let's just avoid the run. And it's mind-boggling, because look at the Giants tonight. They had something good going late in, I think, the third quarter with that run, or the fourth quarter, and they just kept going, bro. And they're like, all right, we're gonna keep fucking doing it until you stop. And eventually we stopped it, but it took a while. But we don't get the clue. Because the Giants weren't stopping us running under center. We were getting 5 yards, 6 yards, 10 yards, chunk yards every single time. It was very rare we ran the ball negative or got hit in the backfield, unless we're in shotgun formation. But it's crazy to me, man. Ken Dorsey it's just so disappointing.
Scott, there was a lot of pressure. The problem is they had a short game going to where Tyrod, and listen, that's what Tyrod does. Tyrod did it for us for a long time. He's really good at getting the ball out and not putting it in harm's way. So we were constantly a step away from getting to him. However, on that last one that he ran down to Ed Oliver had a chance to sack him and missed the tackle.
Absolutely. Had him right by the ankles, man.
And we had him a few times tonight, and we once again missed the tackle.
Absolutely.
It happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
It's a long season still, guys. It's a very long season still. Our offense can get better as we go. As of right now, if the Super Bowl was tomorrow, hell no. If the playoffs started tomorrow, we wouldn't beat any of the really good teams.
Oh,
not with an offense like that.
Today. Oh,
no.
Yeah.
That was too close for comfort. Look what the Jets did today, by the way. If we would have lost today, we would have found ourselves in third place, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? So, guys, look how close we were to go into third place. And I got to be honest with you. If I was the Giants on that last drive, that last play,
I would have done the tush push.
I would have either run it with Barkley under center, run, either do that. I know it didn't work the first half, but I still would have trusted he could, because they were running the ball actually better in the second half than they were in the first half against us. I think I would have took more of a gamble because they were at the 1 yard line, or like you said, a tush push. But Tyrod's not necessarily a big player.
Fine. Put Waller under there and do the tush push.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
It's 1 yard.
I think the pass was just. I think that was a bad call, by them.
It was a bad call.
Close, I wouldn't have done that.
McDermott and Dable were shooting off who can make a worse call at the end of the game.
Yeah,
it was I got one for you. Hold my beer.
What do you say? What would take the cake? Do you think kicking that field goal with Tyler Bass? Why? I'm shocked that we didn't punt it. Why wouldn't we have them march 90 yards at the end of the game?
Right.
To risk the miss, knowing that Bass already missed too, kind of. I would have liked,
because Bass should make that. I know what
Bass makes that.
But there really wasn't a lot of wind tonight either. I didn't see the flag post really moving. You know what I mean?
That would have won the game,
right? I think was one. The first one left. What was the first one? Wide right too, as well.
Yep.
Yeah, both of them. Both of them.
Yeah, just wide right, man. Come on, Bass, man.
Give me flashbacks, that jackass.
Oh, dude, big time.
Yes. Spen, I don't have a problem with his call at the end with the field goal. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because that puts us up 8. They have to get a touchdown and do 2-point conversion if we make that.
Right.
And you just paid Bass to be one of the highest kickers in football. You expect him to make it. Just like you
100%.
expect expect Dawson Knox to make that catch. Although the pass could have been better.
Yeah.
It hit him he still got his hands on it and he should have caught it. At $14 million a year, catch the fucking ball.
Yeah, you got it. Exactly. You're getting paid top tight end money. You got to get top tight end catches. I mean, that's
wide right again against the
Yeah, it should have never came down to that.
Oh.
I agree with Matt there. That should have never came down. That game should have never came down to any of this. Like this should have been a 30-10 game or something like that. Like this was I kept telling Mikey, this is so embarrassing. So embarrassing as a Bills fan. Because I knew I had to come on here with you guys to talk about Buffalo. And look what we're talking about right now. We got to win, but we're talking about how disappointing the offense was.
It didn't been fourth quarter. That's when it showed up.
0 points in the first.
Okay. Let's be perfectly honest. Really, it started in the third quarter. We got the ball after 5 minutes in the third quarter, and then we held the ball marching on like a 19-play drive.
That was a long drive.
And we took up. We only had the ball 3 times in the second half. We scored on 2 of the 3.
Yeah. They had long drives too, though. At times.
Yeah.
They had a couple long drives. Giants had some really long drives as well. That game just went by quick. That first half, the second half.
Yeah,
except for the last minutes.
I think it was a defensive struggle, you know.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor actually threw for more yards than Josh Allen. I mean, who would have predicted that before this game? That's insane. That's insane. Yeah, 200 yards for Tyrod, 169 for Josh Allen.
So then let me ask you this: do you guys put this on Josh? Because Triggs sometimes says, "What I tell you, Josh plays down to his tendency of his level." I don't put this on Josh. I put this on a crappy offensive game plan. And he was running for his life back there. What did you want him to do? Because he missed the one guy, he didn't throw it to him when he was wide open, and he was running the other way. I mean,
I think because Ken Dorsey has been calling such a shitty play calling. I think this offense is just out of sync, and they're not happy. They're not having fun out there. I've said this the whole season so far. This offense just doesn't look like they're having any type of fun. Everything is tough. Everything is a mission. And we know this Buffalo Bills offense would have fun and just have a good time and score touch. Like you just see the energy. I just feel like everyone is flat, man. Allen looks flat all the time. Like he doesn't look happy even when we score. It's just not the same. The energy is not there by this offense at all. And because I really feel like they have no rhythm. There's no identity. Like everything is tough for them. And that's why I think they're just right now, I think they're a little depleted. I do as an offense. I think they're going, in halftime going, we don't know. They haven't, what do we do? You know what I mean? They're looking for Ken Dorsey to do something. And he's not. He is in charge. He is your play caller. And he's not doing he has no. Ken Dorsey. I don't know if he knows what he's doing. I really don't. I don't think he does. I have to say it. I have to admit it. I think he's a great quarterbacks coach. How about that? I think he can make. I think he turned around Josh's career.
Some guys just
helped
aren't
him. I think he's
good
smart.
Play callers.
Yeah, but I think he's in over his head. How about that? And I think the reason why we win and we have games sometimes where Josh looks it's because it's really the playmakers. It's really Josh. It's really Stephon Diggs making things happen. It's not so much the play call. Name one time we're man, that it's super rare when we're it was all Dorsey. Dorsey just was so epic and man, the play calling was so unreal and everybody was just on the same page.
The Miami game. That's it. Right. 1 out of 6 games. I mean, 1 out of 6 games.
We could sprinkle games in from last year that were good. You know what I mean? But called. But most of the time, we're talking about how great Allen escaped and made this unbelievable play. And it's just, I don't know, man. We just have no identity. And I feel like because McDermott is a defensive coach, if this was an offensive head coach, I think things would be different because there's no way he would let this continue to go. Because I think McDermott is clueless as well when it comes to the offense. So he just is ooh, I don't know. You know what I mean?
This is a great question. This is a great question. And I'll ask you, Matt, would you trust Joe Brady over Dorsey right now?
Man, that is an awesome question. I mean, Joe Brady definitely has a great background working alongside some great minds, LSU, right? Sean Payton too. At this point right now, I still think we should rock with Dorsey, but I think Joe Brady is here to be what Ken Dorsey was with Brian Dable. If Ken Dorsey doesn't work out, or if he continues struggling, or whatever it is, we do have Joe Brady there as insurance. And Joe Brady, I think, is fully capable of taking over an OC job. Like he could do it. He could do it. We just got to see.
I think that it's not. I don't think it's crazy. I think you don't necessarily need to fire Dorsey. You can have Brady be the OC and have Dorsey take Brady's role next to him, because right now, like I said, if McDermott should really look and say, "Yo, it's just not working right now with you playing. I love you, Ken, appreciate you. I'm going to keep you here, but let's just try to mix things up, and I'm going to have Brady do the next game or two, whatever you got to do to make it things different, or maybe they do both." Play calling,
or hell, give it to Shula.
I'm usually against that, but I'm saying, like, remember when some teams they'll do that split offensive coordinator where there's two guys up there? I'd be cool with that for now, because it ain't working right now. So why don't you got to try something different? Like, you cannot keep going through games week after week struggling like this, because the next games is just going to only get tougher and tougher, and teams are starting to understand what this offense is all about, like what we do.
This basic ass offense,
basic ass simple shotgun draw. They know every time. There's nothing creative about it. There's nothing. So you play physical against us. When we're gonna run because we're on shotgun draw. It's crazy to me, Mikey. Like, I think there has to be a change soon, or we will have another failed season, because the offense now it can't find their way, and that's because of Ken Dorsey. It really is, guys.
I like that point too, what you're saying there. It's like it's almost like we should have someone almost supervising Ken Dorsey. Like Sean McDermott does kind of seem separated from the offense, and Joe Brady would be like a perfect person, like checks and balances. It's like if Ken Dorsey, clearly this first half he was off. It's like, what were you doing? Someone should have checked him in the first quarter. Someone should have checked him a lot sooner. We shouldn't have had to wait to the halftime to make adjustments. So,
and you know what? Maybe you don't want to take Joe Brady from the sideline, because him and Josh seem to have a good rhythm down there. We have Shula in the box with him, who's been an offensive coordinator for a long freaking time.
He has experience. I would totally be fine
reach over and smack Dorsey upside the head and say, "Get under center, dummy." Come on. If we can see this, how the hell can't they see this? And Dorsey,
I'm sorry, Mike. It's weird because McDermott fired the OC his first year here.
Dennison.
Quickly. So you would think, like, he's a guy that's a no nonsense. Like, it ain't working, you gotta go, right? Like, that was his guy. He's the one that got him here, and he fired him. So I get, like, I'm not for firing Ken Dorsey, because I think that would upset some players, like especially Josh Allen. But I think you should really think about, like we're all talking about right now, having Mike Shula get involved more, or have split duties or something like that, because McDermott's not an offensive guy, so he can't step in and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna take over." Like, it's not gonna happen. So you have veteran guys in there that's called play, been offensive coordinators before. Just mix it up. At this point, you're gonna fail this team if you don't do something. Like, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna fail this team.
So let me tell you this. Dorsey always likes to say, well, Josh Allen likes to be in shotgun. And he always puts it on Josh Allen. Josh Allen left the game, and Kyle Allen came in, and you put him in fucking shotgun run.
Same
so
thing.
Don't tell me it's a Josh Allen thing. It's a you thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, tell Josh Allen to be a big boy, suck it up, and get under center. This is how the offense is going to run. If it's really Josh Allen, the one that's controlling. I doubt Josh Allen said, "Ooh, we're third and goal at the half-yard line. Let's go with shotgun run." I doubt he's the one who called that.
I will say, though, I do wish, and I do hope, even in the future at some point, Allen does take a little bit more responsibility and starts to audible out of things. Like, if he doesn't like I get what you're saying. That's the play call, but a lot of the better quarterbacks throughout the years have had the responsibility of actually calling their own play if they want to get out of a play. Like, so he doesn't necessarily need to go, okay, shotgun draw here, 3rd and inches. I don't know, man. I don't like that. I'm going to get out of this. and let's just do a quarterback sneak. You know what I mean? Like he has
So-
that right, unless he doesn't. And
So he does get multiple calls, but he gets multiple calls for that formation, and then he picks the play that he wants out of that formation. So if Dorsey puts him in shotgun, I mean, I doubt anyone's going to yell at him if he just walks up under center and takes it.
I've seen that before, though, Mikey. I've seen quarterbacks in shotgun go under center.
Yeah, so have I. Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers.
Right. But why? I'm saying eventually. I'm not saying now. Maybe he's still Josh is still.
He's 27. If he's going to do it, he's going to do it now.
But he needs to eventually. I think Josh does need to start taking
calling
a
his own
little bit
plays.
more. Yes, not
take it away from
every
Dorsey.
calling his own plays.
Yeah,
but I think he does need to go. Hey, I don't like what I'm seeing here. Fuck it, I'm going to do this. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, let's say, then fine. Allen fucked up. He fucking changed the call and he made a mistake and turned the ball, whatever. But I can live with that. I think I can live with that over just seeing the same nonsense over and over by Ken Dorsey and Josh going, oh, fuck it, that's the play call. Like, and now I get it, guys. Now I really get it about Stephon Diggs. I totally understand. I am all on board. I was upset with Diggs, how he handled things in the offseason, but I am all on board now. I 100% understand where Diggs is coming from. And I'm sure Diggs is still questioning. He's just doing it nicely now, going, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is not what I signed up for. Like, we are still stuck in the mud. What you told me things were going to be different, that this is what was going to change. You got, and nothing has changed. As a matter of fact, it's gotten worse. It really has. Honestly, guys, I thought the offense was better last year. It really was. This offense is a mess, a hot mess.
So Carl comes in with
this, by the way.
So Carl comes in with a super chat. Thought the O-line was fixed and Josh had protection. Was the O-line as bad tonight as it looked? We'll go back to the all 22 and look. It's never as bad and it's never as good as anything looks on the broadcast view. Josh did not have time and he was running. Is the O-line a problem? I don't know if it's an O-line the problem. And Matt, I want to get your take on this. Our O-line this year, I thought has been really, really good up to this point. I think sometimes it has to do with the game plan more so than the actual offensive line playing together. I thought Dawkins had a rough night tonight.
For sure.
From the broadcast view, it looked like he had a rough night tonight. But the interior was really good. Spencer Brown seemed to be doing okay. But
did he come back in real quick?
Yeah,
did he come back from? Okay.
He did. Good. So I want to get your take on this one. Is our O-line a problem, Matt?
I don't think it is. I think we definitely addressed it. Connor McGovern, highest paid free agent signing this offseason. He's been balling out. The interior is kind of crucial. That's the fastest way to the quarterback. Cyrus Torrance, the rookie there, has been balling out. Spencer Brown, obviously had a full offseason here to work on himself to actually get stronger, not necessarily on his back surgery and recovery there. Spencer Brown has definitely stepped up this year. Deion Dawkins is doing some good things. Now, one thing, too, with Ken Dorsey, and I've been doing a lot of game film study, and at times we've had 6-7 guys in pass protection, and that could be part of our problems here, too. It's just we're helping an offensive line, right? We're trying to protect Josh Allen. I think that is really the main focus of this offense right now, and we're falling short in different areas. There's certain things that we could be doing offensively that we're not doing, and we talk about putting our players in the best position to succeed. Brian Daboll preached that every day he was here in Buffalo. He wanted to put our players in the best position to succeed. And I think Ken Dorsey's coming in with this mentality, like it's not the players, it's not about putting the players in the best position. We're going to try to formulate an entire offense and put this offense in the best position. But you're taking the players away from what they do best, and we really have to focus on that. The offensive line and the struggles and the concern of Spencer Brown, I think, is kind of, causing some issues, So, but I think overall, this offensive line is definitely balled out a lot better than last year.
I 100% agree, Matt. Like, I think this offensive line, are they great? No. But are they so much better than last season? Yes. I think they've gotten younger. We have a set offensive line that's been the same offensive line now through 6 weeks, which is crazy for Buffalo because it hasn't been the same forever. The only really weak spot, I would say Spencer Brown, but that I still don't think he's having a terrible season. And that's something I think we can get by with, and we can address that in the offseason. But I think we're younger now, which is good. I think the run blocking, as you can see tonight, is much better. The pass blocking is pretty good. I think they're a good offensive line. Last year, I thought they were average to below average. So, yeah, I definitely think that, they did their job. But I will say, too, like I said, Brian Daboll, the one thing going into this game, there was anything going in the Giants, not favor, but just, a positive thing was Brian Daboll knew the strengths and weaknesses of this offense and Josh Allen. And I said it to Mikey on Friday night that it kind of concerned me a little bit, because this, in all reality, is a Brian Daboll's offense dummied down. And it's almost seemed like Brian Daboll knew exactly what we are going to do, because it's his offense, but just worse. And there was not, and he probably knew that Ken Dorsey was not going to sprinkle anything new or creative,
because he doesn't have that in his pocket.
Yeah, he doesn't have it in his pocket, and I think he knows that. I think he knew he was going against a fairly new offensive coordinator that's raw. He's still raw. He's only a year and 6 games in, and he knew what Josh likes, doesn't like, and he took it away. And he played physical with our receivers, and they got away with some call a holding, and hey, it worked. But I thought that definitely kind of played a little bit of part of this game, for sure. It had to have, but still no excuse. I think Ken Dorsey, once again, should have understood that going into the game, should have sprinkled in something different looks. Once again, where's the jet sweeps? Where's the motions? We did a couple motions tonight, but nothing with our speedster Hardy. It was more digs here and there, but we're just not getting guys differently involved. I will say missing Kincaid tonight hurt a little bit too, because he's a guy that we could do the 12 personnel with. So that kind of hurt us a little bit on offense, I think. But I don't know, Mikey. I just feel like we're flat. We're so flat.
Can I be I'm just gonna call it what it is.
Yeah.
His refusal to run the ball is a problem. If he runs the ball more, because here's what was happening in the first half. Those linebackers were dropping deep because they knew that we weren't going to run the ball.
Right.
The second we started running the ball, those linebackers came up and Josh started being able to hit over the middle.
Right.
Run the fucking ball. It's not rocket science.
Right.
You had two big, because we had Murray and Harris, that you can pound the ball. You went out and you drafted Osiris Torrance, who's a monster. Connor McGovern's has been really good. Pound the ball. When we did run, we were cashing them for 8-9 yards a pop, and then we just stopped.
It made no sense. Yeah. And I by the way, I will say the one thing Dorsey did right tonight, and I texted you, Mikey. I'm like, I can't believe it. Did Dorsey listen to our Friday Night Lights? Because I said on Friday night, what I want to see is Murray start the game. I want to see Murray as lead back. And that doesn't mean he's RB1, but just start as lead back and then sprinkle Cook in with him on those first couple series. And then you get Cook going. And I was like, oh shit, Murray's actually in there. And then Murray busted off, I think 10 yards. Like, I'm like, yo,
the one carry he got. The one carry he got.
Right. And then gone. Like, oh, that's too much of Murray. Yeah, let's get him out of that worked. Oh, let's go away from that. That was too easy. We're gonna make it really difficult.
Not only that, we went Murray run, then we turned around and handed it to Cook, and he ran. And then we stopped. Then we didn't run again for the rest of the first half.
So look at that. Look at the numbers there.
All that was in the second half. All of that was in the second half. I think we ran the ball 3 times in the first half total.
Yep. Yeah, James Cook had like 30 yards, 38 yards or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was nuts. And then the 3 runs we had in the first half all worked, and we just never gave it to him. We came out in the second half and we just ran and ran and ran all the way downfield and scored a touchdown. And then we ran and ran and scored a touchdown.
Let's get to defense real quick. A couple of things that I want to point out.
All right.
Vaughn is not right yet. And we know this. It's going to take some time. Definitely going to take time, and that's why he's on a limited snap count. He just looks a little bit off. He looks a little bit slow. You can kind of see he's still that knee brace. Maybe he's just wearing it for a couple weeks. I think that will he probably want to take that off once he feels 100%, because I kind of feel like that's kind of slowing him down a little bit. He just doesn't look right. I thought AJ played pretty good tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting after it tonight. I thought Jordan Phillips was okay tonight, filling in. I thought he
flashed.
Was okay.
He flashed.
Yeah, he flashed. I love how he tries to get the crowd always involved. That's always a great thing. Puna did okay.
I thought Puna actually played well. You know who didn't play well is Settle. Settle was a problem tonight.
Tim Settle hasn't been here really.
He kept trying to do the spin move on the interior and spun himself right out of the lane on the runs.
Yep.
Like he was a problem tonight.
Floyd looked good. He
got
another sack. I think
Groot was a monster.
He's gonna get his 9.5, 10.
Yeah, he's already at 6.5.
That's what I'm saying. I said that he's a damn good player. Now our linebackers. How did you guys feel like our Bernard and Williams?
They were up and down today. I thought Williams was better today than he was last week. Just keep stacking. He made rookie mistakes. Bernard made a couple mistakes, but I thought they were okay. They weren't the problem with our defense.
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just saying.
Matt, what'd you think?
Okay.
Yeah, Terrell Bernard, second and third in total tackles for the Bills today. Terrell Bernard had 3 tackles for loss. You know, I mean, they laid the lumber. I think they did fairly decent. I mean, everyone concerned before the season, smaller linebackers. How are they going to take on the run? How are they going to take on these 300-pound offensive linemen? Man, they're putting their face right in the freaking thick of things. Dorian Williams, Terrell Bernard, no fear. I mean, tackles for loss, we see it. Flying around the field, too, the speed from the linebackers kind of containing Tyrod. I mean, Tyrod has wheels. You know, they were chasing him down all game. I think it was a great game, and I think it was wise to start Dorian Williams, and then also just to have that Tyrell Dotson as a sure hand backup. You know, like if Dorian Williams did screw up, which he didn't really this game, but if he did, we did have Dotson there, and Dotson can come in, kind of be that sure hand. But Dorian Williams, man, the speed and to know what's capable from that position for Matt Milano. I think working alongside Matt Milano for the first 5 weeks really helped Dorian Williams. I think it was a smart move having Dorian Williams back up Milano to start the year.
Yeah, now it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Now he looks like I was mad that he wasn't getting mic reps, and now he looks like a genius.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought Dorian Williams was fast. Bro, he can hit. That dude can hit. Very physical. He made some mistakes tonight, and so did Bernard. He had the holding penalty.
He made
but
that.
Maybe if he doesn't, but I will say, maybe if he doesn't hold there, it's a touchdown. So I'm not always against.
Are you talking about the one at the end?
Yeah, where Tyrod audibled, right? I think he audibled to a run. That's why Brian Dable got on Tyrod so hard at half. But they imagine if they
kicked the first half. I think that was Tyrod. I think that was Tyrod's fault.
Yeah,
I think Tyrod.
It was because he got his ass chewed. But
yeah, I'm talking about the one to Waller. I think he held
at the end of the game, right?
Yeah.
See, I didn't think so. I think you let them play at that point.
I get it. But he did hold. Like it could have gone either way, but I could see it. If it was on us, if it was the other way around, I think I would have been a little like
they were doing that to us all night, and they weren't calling.
No, I know, I said it, but I'm just saying, like I could see it's one of those calls. Like I don't think I could be mad either way. If it wasn't a call, not a call, he definitely did hold him a little bit.
Tonight, Steve, that was the last time I felt embarrassed with a win.
Oh man,
tonight was the last night I was
go anywhere. I'm like proud to wear my Bills gear,
right? Oh,
you know, because what are they going to say to you, boy? You guys barely beat the sorry ass 5 Giants. Like, oh man.
But you know what? At the end of the day, in 5 weeks, it's just going to be a W in the column, and I'm going to think about it.
No, I get it. It's just concerning. I think. And by the way, we've been down this road before where our offense has stalled out, even with Dable. Let's be real. Let's go back many seasons under Dable where we played bad multiple 2-3 games in a row where we just seemed like we just could not find our identity. And then boom, it started hitting again and we started getting back on track. So this is not something new, even with a different coordinator. We like I said, Dable, same thing. Remember the Jaguar game, 96. And I think we played somebody else the week before and we were looking terrible too on offense. So it's like, but can we find our rhythm? Can we find a way to get back on track? That is the concerning part because I don't know right now. It's like
I haven't seen it this year.
It's just so bad. I think this is one of the worst I've seen as far as our offense goes. Just looking at the team around the team, just Allen on the sideline and Diggs, like nobody looks happy at all. Even when we're going up, it just seems like it's just like depressing. But the defense, we're going to stick on the defensive side. The corners. Let's go with Kyer and Benford. Let's start with
struggle.
Matt.
Kyer.
Like they did.
Oh, okay. Go. I'll let Matt go.
Yeah, you know, hot and cold, right? Like very inconsistent. I mean, Benford did have a great stop, great breakup at the end of the game. Really, probably one of the reasons why we won this game was because of that breakup. But Darius Slayton for the Giants kind of roasted him twice for big gains, big chunk plays, and that's what makes you lose games. 20-yard gains, 30-yard gains. Very, very tough, you know, and I think Kyer, Elam, they're a work in progress. Both of them are really a work in progress. I'm definitely a lot more comfortable with Christian Benford at this point. You know, Elam, man, we just need some game-changing plays. I want to see interceptions too, you know?
Right. Something. So. Go ahead, Mikey.
Okay. Early, Elam struggled. He got beat. Although, when he got beat, why the hell are we running a cover one during a 2-minute drill? That makes zero sense from a McDermott standpoint. Like, you have a rookie corner over there that's been struggling. Why don't you have a safety over the top of him? That's a whole nother. However, I thought in the second half he played much better. He came up and made some strong tackles. Made the pass breakup the play before Benford did. Matter of fact, he even had his hands in the air, so he didn't grab, which was fantastic to see.
Yeah, that was good. Yep.
I thought he played better this week than he did last week. And I just want to see him grow because, let's be honest, until Dane Jackson comes back, it's Kyer and Benford.
Yeah, I'm super concerned. I'm not going to lie. Here it is, man. They both have limited speed. And with today's NFL, there are some fast receivers. And I think they're attacking us deep at times. And and the thing with Benford is, he can get back in the play most of the time and break it up or somewhat get on the play like Dane Jackson as well. Dane's the same way. Dane gets back on the play and tries to make a play. Kyer just he gets beaten, doesn't really get on the play. That's the problem with Kyer. And then, of course, the holding, which was an issue all during training camp his rookie year and this year. And obviously, we all know pissed off Stephon Diggs and got Allen mad and all that. But I am concerned. I 100% am concerned because even when Dane comes back, it's the same. All three guys have the limited speed. And, bro, you got some fast receivers in the NFL to deal with, especially in the East, man, with the Dolphins. Like, I got to be honest, too, Poyer and Hyde, love them, but they declined a little bit. I got to be real.
I thought Hyde played well.
No, I'm saying they declined a little bit this season. I don't think they're playing. I don't think they're having great seasons, both of them. I think they're playing good, but I think their age is definitely
they're getting up there.
And I'm not saying they're bad, Mike. I'm not saying Hyde's been terrible. I'm saying
I think I'll back you on the Poyer. I think Hyde's playing as good as he has.
I don't think so. I think he's playing good, but I don't think as good as he's been since he's been here. I think he's definitely took a little, and that's normal. So did Trey White. I thought Trey White this season was definitely not the Trey White of old. He played good. He was our best corner, but he definitely lost a step, and that's normal. That's okay. He had a major injury, and he never was fast to go. That wasn't his game anyways to begin with. But I thought the ACL kind of gave him a little step back with speed, and that kind of hurt him a little bit too. But I'm just saying, moving forward, and we've talked about this multiple times. Bean doesn't trade, but I really hope he does. Like, we need to make a trade. We need to we need to get a corner in here. I don't think these guys can hold all year, man. With that lineup, Dane, Benford, and Kyer, who knows what's going to happen with Kyer? I got to be honest with you. I have no idea what McDermott's going to do. McDermott may look at this game and go, "That's enough for Kyer," and put Norman in there or Ingram, and then there it is. Like, now we got an undrafted free agent and Ingram, and they're like, that's concerning. So I really hope Bean is looking at this last two games and going, man, all right, you know what? I eventually got to make a deal. Will he? Probably not, because he doesn't trade for players, but I really believe he has to. The time's ticking. I'm telling you guys, the time is ticking. You have to make some kind of moves, man.
When this
Other
pass
teams
rush,
are doing them. Yeah,
we have the best D line in the league. Like we're the number one D line in the league with the most sacks, the most pressures in the league. Like that helps the secondary. Like our secondary should be even balling out even more than any other year. And then you have Kaiir Elam. The thing that's disappointing with me with Kaiir Elam is that he was a first round pick. Like you have that expectation to be to a Trey White level. I think that was kind of the assumption that, we get Trey White 27th overall. I think Kaiir we drafted 24, but it's like that expectation of Kaiir, like not living up to that standard. And Darius Slayton, I mean, he's an average wide receiver, all these other Jalen Hyatt, a rookie wide receiver this year. Like you should be shutting these guys out at this point. You're in year 2. It's time to rise to this freaking occasion. So.
And no chip on his shoulder. I said it. I did a video saying, here's your chance. Like I gave him the pass last week in London because I thought everybody was a little off and was his first game back. There's going to be some rust, but you're going against a Giants team who's depleted, who receivers are, let's be honest, they're not that good. And this is a game where he could have made an impact, done something, did anything. I thought he did one good play there that Mikey talked about with that breakup. That was really nice. I did like that. But other than that, he just looks a little lost out there. He looks a little slow. He's still doing the penalties of holding. And I'm telling you, man, I just don't think he's a McDermott. I don't think McDermott likes him. I'm going to be real with you. I don't think McDermott likes him.
He doesn't fit our scheme. His skill set doesn't
I don't
fit
think
what
he fits
we're
his scheme. That's what I mean. And not like him, like personally. I just don't think he thinks he can work his scheme. But damn, dude, you drafted him. you agreed, right? You were the thumbs up on it. So I think I really hope, like I said, I don't know if it's going to happen, but Bean definitely, there's a lot of teams out there that are losing right now, trying to make moves, trying to, get draft picks. We have 10 of them. I would say it's okay, Bean, to give up some draft picks. It's not going to hurt us, bro.
You're crapping on a secondary that gave up 200 yards total, right? Passing.
Yeah, against Tyrod Taylor, who hasn't played since 2021.
Okay.
Against a receiving core that is not that good. Against an offensive line who is banged up.
Do you expect them to shut them out? I mean, what's your expectation?
I expect them to play much better. 100%, Mikey. Are you?
Okay.
So you're telling me the next game we play, Patriots usually are terrible. The next decent opponent we play with better receivers, better quarterback, better offensive line, you think that they're going to look any better?
Mm-hmm. In 3 games, yeah. I do think they'll be better than they were tonight.
Fuck no. You crazy, bro. I'm sorry.
Like I truly believe that you are delusional if you think this group is going to shut them down, or you expect them to shut them down.
From Kaiir Elam and Dane Jackson.
I think they did exactly what they were supposed to do.
I don't. I disagree. I didn't think they did what they were supposed to do last week against the Jaguars. And mind you, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. It's Calvin Ridley. Fine. Calvin Ridley is a good receiver. He has massive speed. He's a veteran. I get it. He's going to work Elam, who hasn't played in 5 weeks or 4 weeks at that point. But what is the excuse against this team? Why are you getting beat against Slayton?
Are you mad because he got beat the one time deep?
I'm mad because he got beat a couple times. I'm mad because he did holding penalties. He didn't look good.
He did one holding penalty. One holding penalty.
Good.
I don't think he was good. I think he was fine.
Then I
think he's fine. He got beat on a
but it's
cover
a work
one
in progress.
It's a work in progress.
You're comfortable with that?
Mikey? I'm not comfortable. I wasn't comfortable going into this season with our.
I'm not saying Elam is trash. I never said that. I'm saying we have a problem at corner moving forward because I do not trust
this corner though.
I get it. It's a lot of shit. Clearly, the offense. We just talked about an hour almost about the offense. I'm talking about the defensive cornerbacks. I listen. That Trey White injury, Mikey, was huge loss. And Benford, I was totally cool with as CB2 because I thought, hey, Trey can lock down the one, or at least do his best like he normally does. It's Trey White shit, and Trey White actually was having a good season to start. But Benford, we saw Benford was kind of little up and down at times, but it's okay. We still had Trey in there. But once Trey went out, and then you got Benford and Dane, and we all know Dane is right. We know that. We talked about Dane last year. What Dane you getting? The preseason Dane this year, or are we getting last year's Dane Jackson? I don't know, but he's already hurt. And then you got Elam, who's been benched, Mikey, all year long. And so week 5, I'm just saying, why has he been benched so long? Like clearly there's something wrong there. Like McDermott has little faith, I think. I think, and like you said, Mikey, to agree with you, you can smile, but you said it yourself. He doesn't fit the scheme. He might play somewhere better.
I think
so
he
if
would
he
play
doesn't fit the scheme, he's going to continue to play bad.
I don't think he played bad tonight. If you're saying he played bad tonight, you're saying Benford played bad tonight. They played identical.
I would love to know with the chat thing. I think he did not play good.
They played identical tonight.
Awful.
Those two guys both.
Okay, I said both. I didn't like either one. I thought Benford got beat. I thought Elam got beat tonight.
And I'm not an Elam guy. Just so Trick knows, I'm not an Elam guy. I just, from what I watched, and I'll go back and watch all 22. I seen him get beat really bad once over the top in a cover 1. I seen him get a holding call in the end zone. Outside of that, I also seen him come up and make some really good tackles and be better this week than he was last week. That's
we got to watch the film. Well, it is instant reaction. Once again, we know this guy. So sometimes we can dog a player and be wrong, and sometimes we could be, saying something good about a player and be wrong too. So we'll find out tomorrow on the film. But what I saw, I did not like.
If Trey White was out there today and he played to the level of Christian Benford or Kaiir Elam, would you have been pleased with that performance?
I wouldn't have been.
Yeah, right. So
we watched Trey get beat we watched Trey get beat like that earlier this season like that too.
Kaiir and Christian, they had good, above average games today. Nothing bad. I agree with you, Mikey, there, but. I think it really boils down to that expectation of Kaiir Elam being a high first-round draft pick and just expecting a little bit more from him. And, one thing that hurts Kaiir Elam is the lack of snap counts. Trey White, his rookie year in 2017, he had 1,100 snap counts. Kaiir Elam last year had about 480 snap counts. Trey White, his rookie year, had 4 interceptions. Last year, Kaiir Elam had 2 interceptions. So he shows an ability to make plays and catch the football, which is nice. And he also shows an ability, I think, to throw his face in the thick of things against the run. Like, he doesn't shy away from that. But as Tommy said, I think a key element there is speed. If the play breaks down a little bit and he's got to run after these wide receivers, I don't think he has that speed. And he got away with it in college because he was a press corner. He could jam those guys at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Now you're dealing with freaking crazy specimen athletes in the NFL. Unable to press. I mean, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, good luck on that. So, but yeah, they're both works in progress for sure.
Hell no. If you think I'm
I heard about that. I do not want Levi.
Hell no. Hell no.
It would be the same thing.
Levi
Wallace is
Levi Wallace is the 13-second problem.
Yeah, and listen. By the way, I absolutely love the fact that Levi Wallace made an NFL team as on UDFA. Like that dude. Like I give all nothing but respect to that dude. But hell no, that dude's slower than both the guys we're talking about. Like that was Levi Wallace's knock. He was, but the thing with Levi, he could never get back in on a play. Like Benford
gets back in.
To credit him, he gets back in on the play and tries to make a play on the ball. And he did a couple times tonight. To Mikey's, point. I love that. But against better receivers, my point is he may not get that play. That player may make that catch. Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Waddle, all the receivers in Cincinnati. Like I also think they're going to get toasted.
I also believe that we're running a different defense against those guys. We were running cover 1 against the Giants. We don't run cover 1 against Miami or any of those.
No, I know every game play. Yeah, I agree. So I totally agree. But when we played the Dolphins, we had Trey in that game, correct? Trey was there, correct? In that game because Trey got
hurt in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Trey got hurt in that game, but late in that game, but he was also making an impact. I think we were up by that somewhere. I think it was towards the end of that game.
Yeah, he was locking down.
He got hurt in the third.
Yeah.
He got hurt.
But by then I think we were up a decent amount of points at that point. So
you would think they would have been throwing more, and
we brought
in Benford. I think, or we brought in Dane Jackson, and he played well.
Yeah, we had a great and Dane came in and played physical.
Well.
But I think by then the Dolphins were kind of out of it. We kind of stumped them like defensively, scheme wise. But I'm just saying, moving forward, I'm just nervous, Mikey. And trust me, I promise you, if he somehow got Surtain, which is not going to happen, okay. But if he did, you would be like, hell, fuck.
Oh,
yeah.
I'd be all over. Yes, give me Surtain over any of our secondary.
100%. That's what I'm saying. Like
he's
now,
one of the best young corners in football.
Right. It's just work. All I'm saying is it's concerning that the cornerbacks. That's all. We got two very young guys, Mikey. One is a 6th-round pick who got the job over a 1st-round pick, and the other is a 1st-round pick who didn't even was inactive for the first 4 weeks. Like it's just concerning is all. And Dane Jackson can't stay healthy, I guess. And he's still not. How much better is Dane than them two?
Dane is on par with he's slightly better than Kyer. Right, although I think Kyer has a higher ceiling than Dane.
He does. I agree. I'll agree with that.
It's not a great position to be in at the end of the day. Yeah. I guess my expectation and your expectation is just different. I expected them to give up things today and going forward. I expect them to bend but don't break. And I expect McDermott to scheme to their strengths, not to their weaknesses. And I felt today he failed them both.
I agree in a sense as well with you, Mikey, on that. I do. But I also think Kyer is not really confident right now. I don't see it. I don't see him playing. Some players come in with a chip in their shoulder, and I talked about that. Like he needs to really show like that they made a mistake with him, that by benching him. Like I just don't see it yet from him. Maybe the confidence is fucked. I'm just saying right now it could be low, Mikey. It could be low because maybe he feels like the coaching staff don't believe in him. I go back to that interview he did in the off season and he was like, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little like, this is the first time ever that I wasn't the best. Yeah. That I wasn't the best on a team. Like I was always the best in high school. I was always one of the best in college. And now I get benched. Like you could tell from that interview, he was down. Like he's down on himself. And of course, you're a 1st-round draft pick getting first. You got beat out by your 6th round last year. Then you get inactive. And by the way, I don't know if we would have ever seen Kyer Elam if it wasn't for the injuries. So that, of course, has to play a factor in it. So I felt like if he got right this game, made a big play, made an interception, made something that was, like, damn, Kyer, like where we all to shout, that's what I'm talking. It would at least confidence-wise go, and for him, get back, maybe to going, like, because confidence is everything. I like AJ Epinesa, for instance, had that big game. I kind of feel like AJ's starting to come, like a confidence is starting to brew in AJ Epinesa, right? Like some players got to get that going because AJ struggled too. You know that. But I think like AJ's good now. AJ has that confidence brewing. And I think maybe that's what Elam needs to get, man. Maybe
I don't know. I felt he started to get that towards the end of this game as the guys were dapping him up when he came up and made the big hits, kept him in bounds. The play down the street. Granted, don't get me wrong, Hyde was over the top with him and helping him, but he didn't grab. Absolutely. He played the ball like he was supposed to. He's step for step, doing all the things he's supposed to do. By the way, and you saw the guys getting him. Oh God,
beautiful throws.
He has such a pretty deep ball. Tyrod has such a pretty deep ball.
On the money.
There. Both of them. I mean, it was just a good defensive play, like you said, both by Benford and Elam and Hyde. But man,
I seen them blitzing more today, and I don't understand why McDermott gets into this blitz happy thing when it's not working. Guys see him coming and they just throw the little dump offs, and he just keeps doing it. And I'm like, what are you doing? Run the simulated blitz. Stop actually bringing the blitz and just run simulated and bring different guys and drop guys out. It's like like the second Milano and Daquan got hurt, his brain flipped a switch, and now he's like, oh, I have to bring guys. And it's just like,
and it's not working. By the way,
it's not
getting home, and
they're not.
It's offenses are reading it. And they're executing,
and they're just throwing little dump offs, and guys are getting 8, 9, 10 yards.
He has to stop that. He has to rely just on his front four. Stop. I mean, I'm not saying don't blitz, but
run simulated blitz.
Right.
Drop the D in, bring another linebacker, run stunts. Like there's ways to scheme up getting home.
Exactly.
And he stopped doing that the last 2 games.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that pass on Micah Hyde last week, that was against the blitz, and then Tyrod Taylor.
He went cover 1. He went cover 1 with Micah Hyde on him. Like why? And in that situation, why are we running cover 1 on 3rd and 8?
Oh,
right.
Oh my gosh.
Run a simulated zone blitz like you did against Tua. It makes 0 sense sometimes what Sean calls. But at the end of the day, he scored 9 points. And we won. At the end of the day, we won. So
yeah, we got 14. Which should have been like 28. We should.
But
by the way,
14
too,
we'll put on Dorsey. I'm putting that on Dorsey.
This game was super duper chippy tonight.
Why?
Fighting.
What happened?
I have no.
The opening
isn't
kickoff.
That the weirdest? Right from the kickoff, fighting, and why? Like Tyrod's back. Like we have all love for Tyrod. Dable, let's be real. Like, Bills Mafia doesn't hate that Dable. And they're all beat. It's a bad team. Like, what are you doing? Unless the Giants, like I said to you guys, unless the Giants' whole thing was let's get under their skin, let's fucking play
because
physical.
that Dable does know that's one of the things that happens,
and very possible that kind of threw us off a little bit because Ed Oliver, the stupid fucking penalty, that was a dummy penalty. Remember we could have been. It was down. That's it. It was 4th down, but dummy penalty. The fight in the end zone, or we were trying to get in the end zone there.
I don't know.
The end zone.
Well, you seen what happened there, right? There was a run play, and Trudeau stuck his hands in and poked Dion in the eye, and then Dion flipped it out.
I missed the poke in the eye. Okay.
So it started with him poking him in the eye. On top of the pile.
Getting that too. He poked me in the damn eye.
And so he freaked out on him and slammed him.
Bullied around.
By multiple guys. Like they didn't even see him. Like
they were got blindsided.
Allen got in on it. Yeah, Allen got in on it too.
I'm like, yo, Allen, get out.
And no one got ejected. 3 personal fouls, 1 personal foul for us, and they negated one another too.
That took way too. By the way, the NFL needs to speed that up. If you know that it's on both, like you already agree, hey, it's on both, because it doesn't matter. It could be, like they said, it could be 10 penalties on one team and 1 it's offset. Just go, it's offset. Unless there's a guy you're going to kick out, just say, hey, that it's offset.
I think they have to get the numbers because
the numbers.
After so many personal fouls, they get booted.
Have upstairs do that or something. I mean, it took forever to get that going, man. It was crazy.
Well, it took forever after the initial kickoff for us to get the ball because there was some kind of fight between the special teams units.
Right.
It was just a very odd night. It was an odd weekend for football. It was an odd weekend for football.
Friendly. It turned into this slaughterfest.
Like when we played the Panthers back in the day, it was always like very friendly, and this was just like it was intense. And Dorsey sucks. Can I tell you that Dorsey sucks?
I want to go to real quick the scoreboard here if we can. Let me see if I can get to it. So let's go to it because there were some upsets today. There were some upsets today. So we all know the Chiefs beat the Broncos. By the way, that was close. The Ravens beat the Titans, and the Titans, by the way, got there Friday to London and looked sluggish to start that game, just like the Bills. I hope teams are learning. Apparently, they didn't learn from us, but don't get there Friday.
Right? What the hell?
Commanders won. The Vikings beat the Bears barely. The Bengals barely beat the Seahawks. That was a very close game. Came down to the end, guys. Browns upset the 49ers. That was the first upset of the
their rookie
day,
missed a couple of field goals too.
Yes, yeah, and he crazy. The Dolphins beat the Panthers. By the way, Dolphins were losing 14-0 in this game, but you still knew the Dolphins were going to figure it away, and they did, and they wound up blowing them out. Jaguars killed the Colts. Texans won again. Texans are playing pretty good, even though they're not a bad team. Beat the Saints, and the Raiders escaped the Patriots. But Patriots are so bad. Their offense is so bad. The Rams beat the Cardinals. Cardinals are bad, 1-5. Jets beat the Eagles, guys. That was crazy. Lions beat the Bucks, and there's our score.
Did you hear what Saleh said at the end of that game? And his press conference, he's like, we played a murderer's row of quarterbacks, and we didn't win them all, but we embarrassed them all.
Hey, listen, I got to be honest with you. That defense is fucking legit.
But you embarrassed them all?
I don't know if they embarrassed them all.
Like,
but
you have like 5 wins in your
football.
Career. That's awful ballsy for a guy who can't win a fucking game.
But that's his personality, Mikey. I will say, though, that defense, I watched that game today. They are fast as hell.
They played the Eagles like they played us.
Yeah, bro. 100. They had no. You know what it is, man? They have no fear. They're disciplined as hell. They're fast, and they all can hit, man. Like, bro, that is a good defensive team. It does. Even the guys coming in that were backups play good on defense there. Like, they all step up, and they shut down the Eagles, man. They absolutely did. Like what's his name was playing terrible today. What an awful throws he was doing.
Oh, Hurts.
Oh my! The last pick.
You know they did that. You know they did that without their starting 2 corners too. Sauce and DJ, CJ and Reader weren't even there.
Right, still did that. So I have to give them credit. That defense is going to keep that team around. It's just their offense is bad. But as long as they got a defense, man, they will be in every game. You know what they are? Like the Patriots of old, when the Patriots defense was just, they could keep them in every game. It doesn't matter how your offense is kind of playing. Like, they will give you an opportunity. That's the Jets now, and the Patriots have gone away from
I was just saying that's take some stones to say that when your team
it does
when you're picking at the top of the draft every year and you have the stones to say something like that.
He's this cocky guy though.
He's gonna find a hard time getting teams to take you if you think your shit don't stink though.
Yeah, they got some tough matchups coming up still though, and I still don't believe in that offense. So, but either way, that was still an upset. The Eagles did not look good today, and neither did the 49ers. 49ers got some injuries too. I don't know if what's going on with McCaffrey, but I know he went out of the game. By the way, Jimmy G went to the hospital. Something about his back. He might have a broke back or something. I don't know what happened to him, but that was crazy.
So many injuries here.
He said broke back.
Brokeback Mountain. That's right.
I'm sorry. I was like in the middle of drinking. You made me choke.
He died. I think he has a Brokeback Mountain.
Oh wow.
Man. But for real though, he wound up playing for like another series.
It was such a weird hit too. He just fell down weird. It wasn't something crazy either.
No, I know. But Jimmy G's injury history, man, is crazy. Bro.
So let me ask you this, Matt. Based off of what Triggs is asking, do you think the national media criticized Hurts the way they did Allen?
Oof,
he had a fumble and 3 picks, just like Allen did week 1, and they lost.
Yeah, I mean, that is an awesome comment and statement there. You would think the criticism should be towards Hurts, but yeah, why is that? Why is that? It's kind of interesting, right? I don't know.
The media does it. Man. They don't.
Honestly, I really think it boils down to small market Buffalo. We're always just like freaking discounted, man. You got Philadelphia, right? I don't know. That's my own personal thing there, though. Oh gosh, but it should go both ways,
How many times did Collinworth mention Mahomes tonight? Definitely should.
I didn't hear him. I don't think I heard.
Honestly, I didn't listen to him. I put it on mute. I can't stand.
I didn't hear. I'll be real. I did not hear Mahomes comment.
I don't listen to Collinsworth.
They pick their favorites. I don't know.
He was okay. I'll be honest with you tonight, though. I know if you had him, I thought he was okay tonight. I'll be real with you. He didn't mention it. Not that I heard. I didn't think he mentioned Mahomes. He was pretty good with talking about the Bills. He got on this Ken Dorsey thing where he's like, "Oh, Ken Dorsey's amazing." I'm like, "Are you watching?"
Like, did you watch the first half?
Oh, I absolutely love right now. He's like, I love Ken Dorsey's just really amazing right now. And this one, I'm like, what?
Like, are you way Collinsworth?
No, they don't criticize the Messiah. They don't criticize Mahomes, the Messiah.
No, God no.
Oh yeah, he's the staple boy right now in the NFL.
He craps and falls in it, and it's gold bricks that he lands on.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Taylor Swift with the Chiefs too, it's freaking over with. It's even more rat right there.
What else are we forgetting?
Yeah,
tonight?
Mike Tirico admitted
Go ahead.
he did. Mike Tirico admitted that he doesn't understand why Josh gets more criticism than the other elite quarterbacks.
I have no idea. They love it.
And they don't criticize Joe Burrow either, and he played like garbage the first, first half.
He had one game so far this year that he's looked okay. Even today he didn't look good.
No,
even today
they scraped by, and really that was Seattle beating themselves.
So what do you guys think we do about the running back position if Damian Harris, who's next up? If Harris, for some reason, if this is a long, season ending, let's hope it's not. But it didn't look good. But who knows? Remember Dane Jackson? Just a heads up, Dane Jackson went out on a cart last year, played the following week. So,
but we also seen Micah Hyde.
I know that.
Cart and
exactly. That's my point. So we don't know, but I'm saying. So what do we do now? We got Murray and Cook. Do the Bills go out and look for another running back out in the free agent market, or do we have who do we have on practice squad guys?
Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson.
Forgot about him for the Jets. Right.
Yeah.
He looked okay in preseason. A couple decent runs. I don't know if that's someone you want to
he can
go
catch
with,
the ball
but I mean, he's a third back. He's a third back.
He's a special teamer. He's a special teamer.
You can bring him up as a third back. I don't mind the Murray Cook and if that's what they're going to do with Ty Johnson, that'd be fine. I'd be good with that.
I don't think there is very many backs out there because there's been you saw Evans, the kid that signed with us.
Darrington Evans.
Darrington Evans. He played for Chicago this week. He just got picked up because their whole backfield's gone.
Correct.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have him.
Yeah, there's not much out there right now at all.
And we've been utilizing 3 backs too, so that's certainly a concern. It's like we've been utilizing Murray, Harris, and Cook.
They call Frank Gore.
But I think you can get by maybe with just the 2 because we've always ran just 2. We did, we did Singletary and Cook last year. And by the way, Singletary looked pretty good today. I love.
What about Gilliam too? Like, why not hand the ball off to Gilliam? I mean,
why not have a fullback at least back there at sometimes if Cook's like you can.
He was back there today.
You have a fullback? Yeah, he was.
He was back there today and got blown up.
Bad. He was. By the way, too, Cook and I text you on this too.
Yeah,
he has to get better at pass blocking. Very bad at pass blocking. That is an issue too when you go into pass plays. Like if he's back in the backfield, like he whiffed big time on one where luckily Allen got out of. But it's like, man, dude, like that's what's good about Murray and Harris is they're good pass blockers. But I want to see, and of course he's not going to do it because Ken doesn't listen to me. I would do a split role moving forward, and I keep saying have Murray start the game, give him a decent amount of carries. Stop with this 2-3. Look at his average. He's doing pretty damn good when he has the opportunity. Get him like 7, 8, 9 carries, somewhere around there, close to 10. Give Cook 10 to 12. Like mix it up, have it like a 20 to 25, running
carries a week.
Carries. Split them kind of, maybe a little bit more for Cook or maybe more for Murray, depending who's running better that game. Who cares? It's all about winning at this point, but he won't do that.
How about we go under center and give it to him? Don't give him a shotgun. Just go under center and give it to him.
You got to do that. Yeah.
Get rid of those shotgun runs, man. They're not.
They won't. Yeah, they won't.
They won't until they get rid of Dorsey.
Anything else? Am I missing anything today?
No, we got most of it.
All right, guys.
Okay, here, let's find the positive. You ready?
Yeah, positive. Give me positive.
Bills got a W.
The dub,
we got a W. We start stacking them, and in 3 weeks we won't even think about the Giants. Oh, it's on to next week. Enjoy Victory Monday. It's on to next week.
Yeah. We got it. Hey, so real quick, Matt, where can they find you at, man?
Yeah, Bills News Consolidated on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, balling out over there. Really kind of been focusing more on YouTube. I think that the writing's on the wall there. YouTube's where it's at. YouTube's where it's at. I love collaborating with you guys too. Tommy, Mikey. I mean, you guys do an awesome job on the channel. Excellent stuff, the insight. And that's what this is all about, kind of presenting. We all watch the Bills. We all understand the Bills, and yeah, it's just great. Great show tonight.
By the way, Matt's going to be a frequent guest, and we're going to be on his channel too, and work more.
Anytime, Matt. I love your channel. I love your stuff.
Guys. Of course,
you bring a different dynamic to your show than a lot of the other ones, which I like. You know, I also like that you're always moving and on the go. It's like you're always you do it when you're hiking the trail. You know, I enjoy that. It's like your background's always different. I like that. You know,
I drove from Buffalo to Fireball, California. I had to see where Josh Allen was from. You know, but
there you go.
I forgot about that video. That was a good one. I like that one.
I do. I like that.
All right, guys. Hey, Bills Mafia, we love you. We appreciate you guys coming here late. Bills got the win. That's the best thing about tonight, really.
The W. We got the W. That's all that matters.
Yeah, the defense was pretty good tonight. All right, guys. We love you, and we're out of here. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Peace.
Go Bills.